let's get right into this review for the Super Mario Bros. Galaxy Movie. Alright, so this film is directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic. They were the same two dynamic duos who also worked on the first Super Mario Bros. Movie back in 2023. And from the previews alone, this is a sequel that seemingly tries to aim towards greater heights by staying ambitious with how much ground they can cover. Honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed the previews and I was looking forward to seeing this film at the theaters on the biggest screen possible. And now that I watched the film in its entirety, what did I think about the cinematic package here? I thought this was a pretty fun time, but not without a core flaw. To start with the positives, I think it goes without saying that the animations are excellent. There's a level of charm to the 3D render of these beloved characters from the world of Mario, and the team behind Illumination does a wonderful job in bringing this creative Nintendo world to life. I honestly had a smile on my face almost all throughout the acts as the eye candy kept coming left and right. Another positive was the voice acting. Honestly, the English Mario and Luigi voices, along with all the other prominent characters, are starting to sound great to me within these live animations. So kudos to Chris Pratt and the entire wonderful cast for bringing these characters to life. Another positive was the general ambition I felt from the film, and the passion of all those working behind the scenes shine through loud and clear. I always appreciate Nintendo whenever they do try to reach for the stars, whether it be with their games or in this case for a film sequel. This is a film brimming with content to the point of it being overloaded in every aspect to this cinematic package. Most are for the positive, but I also did find this to inevitably become a double-edged sword, which brings me into my only core negative. The simplest way to explain the core issue is to say that this film is oversauced. Sometimes the sauce is good, but when you have too much of it, everything starts to feel neutral again. So there was this weird tug and pull when I was witnessing this fan service of a visual spectacle. I was mind blown as a fan, but also at times I just felt like I was just watching without being able to feel anything at all. I felt like the emotional depth, especially with the story involved, is pretty bland by the end of it all, and I couldn't help but feel a bit bummed out about the lack of world building here. There's not many moments in the film to feel more deeply connected to the narrative being told, as this is a rapid fire film of swiftly going to the next segment and jumping right into the next until the very end. Now again, this was a double-edged sword in terms of it being a pro and a con, so there were moments where I didn't mind the film being overloaded with the sauce at times. A part of me was able to appreciate the film truly not wasting my time and giving me what I wanted to see as a fan, but also there's a part of me that felt like this film could have been better off being longer. Hell, maybe the TV episodic format would have helped develop deeper world building and a generally stronger story synopsis for what the Super Mario Galaxy Movie was trying to reach for the stars in this 1 hour and 39 minute runtime. But yeah, that was really the only core issue I had to this film. My final score for the Super Mario Bros. Galaxy Movie ends up being 8 out of 10. I think the fan inside of me won this time. I didn't mind the oversaucing this time around with the nostalgia and eye candy animations of bringing one of my favorite video game series to life. The story is pretty lackluster and there are aspects that do come out surface level and bare bones, but at the end of the day, I think most general audiences will still appreciate the cinematic experience more than they'll bash at it. Anyways, thanks for checking this movie review out. I'll have more coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I shall see you on my next upload. Until then, stay safe out there and peace.